Hey everybody, and welcome to the Daily Scopes for the 14th of May. So today the moon void of course starts at 10:17 p.m. and the moon enters Pisces at 10:54, sort of like p.m. And moon void of course is when some astrologers say to put off things. If you want to know more about what to do in the moon in Pisces, check out the playlist. In terms of content creators should explore and create topics on spirituality and encouraging people to get more in tune with their authentic, intuitive feeling side, and talking about the pros and cons of doing this, sometimes being too dare I say not spiritual but too emotional can cut us off from the logical, seeing the logical things. Like we may be a very feeling person and we may love someone but they treat us bad, and we may think this is love but it's really abuse, and because we're a feeling person we may ignore the logical side of the situation, which is that they're abusing us. So talking about how we can balance our intuitive and feeling natures as well, also giving tips on how we can build our imagination, our intuition, and being able to trust our intuition, because sometimes when we're in fear, depression, anxiety, it can be hard, and these things can be our intuitions can get confused with our fears. So talking about how we can get help and balance our psychological health issues as well, especially because Pisces is 12th house energy, so our secrets that we keep from ourselves and often other people. So how dealing with our psychological traumas, although hard and full of suffering, is the best thing that we can do, and giving tips on how people can do that in a safe and healthy way, whether seeking out therapists or working through a self-help sort of like regime, or creating their own, how to go about researching how you shouldn't, because especially when we're in these emotional states and we're going out there looking for how we can get predators who use us because we're vulnerable and take advantage of our vulnerabilities. So that whenever you're seeking out help, the ultimate end game is for you to trust yourself and take responsibility for yourself, rather than give that responsibility over to someone else to take care of. So also you can share stories with your listeners, create art with them maybe, and creating content that can evoke deep feelings and inspire other people to tap into their own creative and spiritual potential. Also exploring the themes of empathy, compassion and forgiveness, because sometimes we find it hard to forgive ourselves as well as other people, but most people do self-destructive addictions and habits, because Pisces 12th house Neptune rules Pisces. So you can touch on themes of addiction and self-sabotage, and why a lot of people feel they're not worthy of their own love, and this is why sometimes they allow others to abuse them and stuff like that. So just exploring themes of self-forgiveness and self-care, and how we can move past and forward, even though we may have done terrible things in our past, how we can forgive ourselves for that, because Pisces energy wants us to develop more of a sense of unity within ourselves and an interconnectedness with others in a safe and healthy way rather than a toxic one. You can create content that helps people on their healing journey and helps them to get into inner healing and transformation, using evocative language and vivid imagery and heart-centered messages that sort of like inspire changes in others. So yeah, that was the Daily Scopes for the 14th of May.